when I'm watching something on the internet, quite often an ad will come up, and they're talking about making £100,000, £200,000. It annoys me because I'm not interested in those sort of things. I've come to realise in life that it's not about money. And I realised that at an early age. It's about the way you live your life. And yet you'll find a lot of these people who do terrible things to other people by torturing them to get their money, to get their credit cards, bank cards. And then you see the photographs they've taken of themselves beside a pool normally with a glass of champagne or something in their hand. It's all nonsense. That's not what life's all about, what happiness is all about. It's what they just think it's about, you see. I think one of the problems of today is that people watch too much TV, especially those series from America, which show these multi-millionaires, their lifestyles. They've got a stable of horses and possibly a stable of cars as well to go with it. But really, you don't need to live that life, and only a small percentage of the population ever live that sort of life. And even those people who are rich enough to live that sort of life don't. And if you look carefully at these series, you'll find that there's a lot of problems within the family. And how many cars do you need to enjoy yourself? One car. You don't need half a dozen cars. You don't need a mansion with 40 rooms. Just imagine, you want your loved one to come down for dinner and you have to phone them. Darling, where are you? What? You're on the other side of the building? It's going to take you 15 minutes to get down here? Come on. Yeah, let's get real. Look, you could say I live a millionaire's lifestyle, but I'm not rich. I'm poor. But yeah, I'm happy. When I'm enjoying life, I don't go near the sea, for instance. A lot of people think the beach is the place to go. You see a lot of famous people in pictures and these movie clips where they're running along the beach into the water and going up to their waist or something and then coming out again. I have absolutely no interest in the beach. And then you hear about seaside property being extremely expensive because of the view. The view of what? You just can see on and on to the horizon. Water. And that's on a nice day. Imagine a bad day when you get a storm. You get it full in the face, so to speak, if you've got an expensive house on the beach there, such as Malibu. So many people think that to be rich is to be happy. It's not true. Many rich people are not happy because they find that they have the same problems that we have. Okay, they can pay the rent and they can pay the bills that come in, but they have problems with their family. Maybe they feel unloved. Maybe a loved one's just died. Maybe their child's just died in an accident. You can experience a rich style. You just have to have a change in attitude and understand how to do it on less money. One of the secrets is to save every penny you can from work. Take sandwiches. And when it comes to the home life, you're going to have to rent out a flat and share it with lots of other people. So you're only paying, let's say, £20, £30 a week, and that includes the electric as well. You can't earn more if you're on a low wage. So there's only one other way you can. Well, there's a few other ways. If you're a business-minded person, you can do it with business, but not everyone is. And that doesn't take intelligence, it takes ability. Some people are good at this, some people are good at that. So the only way you can do it you've got a set income coming in, it's not that much. That is to cut down on your outgoings. And the main thing is the rent and such things as water bills and the other type of bills that come in. So yeah, if you can share it with lots of people, that's the way to do it. And then you work for a year, maybe even 2 years. Just work and work and work. Don't think about spending the money. Once you've got your money, you can go to a place like Thailand, Philippines, maybe South America, all sorts of places where the girls are friendly. That's the main thing for me, that the girls are friendly. The girls, when I'm in these sort of places, the girls will notice me and look me straight in the eye, show interest in me. I'm not like a ghost in England walking around. No one notices me. But yeah, and everything's cheaper, of course. Accommodation's cheaper, so you can rent a place for maybe a month at a time. And don't pay a full month in advance. Don't pay a full year in advance, because all problems might come up and you need to move and they won't give you your money back. So pay a month at a time and a month deposit. Now, if you eat like the locals do, again, it's going to be cheap. You could live, let's say you're saving 200 a week. That's 10,000 a year, I think. 200 a week, and if that's 10,000 a year, you could say for 2 years, that's £20,000. You could have a bloody good time for a year or two in another country. That's what you've got to look at. Thailand's difficult because they don't like foreigners to stay there unless they've got a lot of money to pay all the money that they need to pay. Philippines much easier, and other countries as well like that. So yeah, that's what you got to do. And if possible, get a regular girlfriend. It's much cheaper to keep a regular girlfriend instead of being as a playboy and having 5 girls a day. But while you're saving, try not to spend all your time watching TV. You can't eat out, of course, if you're saving. You've got to cook at home everything. You don't need to go out these days anyway. You got the laptop. You can do everything from your laptop. Don't buy a car or a motorbike. If you need a vehicle to go to work, try and stay away from buses. They're so expensive today, buses. Cost you a fortune over a year. Several £100. So the best thing really would be to get a second-hand moped. No one's going to steal a moped, as long as you've got a good lock on it. Second-hand moped if you have to travel to work or something. Buy second-hand clothes. Never get takeaway foods. Buy everything at the pound shop and places like that. And you can't go wrong. Make sure you've got a decent bank account. Get an internet bank account as well. And make sure you've got all the passwords to your internet banking and everything. What you've got to do when it comes to passwords is have 3 passwords. One for everyday things which you don't mind if someone gets in there. Another one for those with what you consider to be semi-secure. And then the third password for real security that you need, maybe for your email address and for your banking. You still can live. You can go out, enjoy the parks. Have a bicycle and put one of those Apple tags on it so no one can steal the bloody thing. No, life can be good, even on very little money, without spending money. Life can be very good. So that's the secret. Save every penny, try not to spend any money, and it's great fun to share. If there's a load of you, boys and girls, in a flat, believe you me, it's so much fun. You never have a boring moment. And it's easy to get people like that to share, because you just put an ad in the, well, it used to be put an ad in the papers, I don't know what you do today, but yeah, people will want to come because of the price is so small, the rent.